You know that I told that I don't want to stay on parade, but I fucking want to stay on parade.
Oh, baby, it's that time.
Oh,
It's about that time.
baby.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show.
Let's go.
Live from the Toyota Lounge and presented as always by Bet365, never ordinary, including tonight. The Nuggets are in Los Angeles on the road. The Nuggets are going on the road for the playoffs for the first time. Thankfully, it's Miller time, which means it might be Murray time once again. We're going to talk about room for improvement from the Nuggets. Have they played their best ball yet? I don't know. We'll talk about that. Maybe there's room for improvement,
everybody.
But also, are there concerns?
Oh, don't stay. Leave.
For that part. And then, of course, that man over there is going to make us all rich. Harrison Wind is in the building tonight.
Man, what a scene here at the DNVR bar. Standing room only. An hour before tip-off, I heard.
Yes.
It's packed down there right now. Great crowd. Should be a great night, fellas.
It should absolutely be a great crowd tonight. We'll just keep it over here for a little bit. Win, how are you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great, man. LA's been kind to the Nuggets recently,
Well,
so I think it might be kind tonight as well.
all right. Over here, D-Lanco.
That's right, guys. I'm just want to stay on parade. I don't know about you guys. I'm just trying to stay on parade over here.
I'd love to stay on parade tonight, man.
I'd like to be on parade. What do we have to do?
Just got to keep winning.
Okay.
And then over there, Superstar Dev.
You know how great it has been to be us the last couple of days?
Yeah, just on a parade.
On
Just a life parade.
Can't no Laker fans say anything. It has
Nothing.
been amazing.
They really can't say anything, and it's great. It's sweet. Hopefully that continues tonight in Los Angeles. Take the show on the road. Win, what do you got for us?
Well, the Nuggets heading to LA for Game 3, and Michael Malone pregame talking about the three-point shooting. It has not been good for the Nuggets so far in the playoffs. It was okay in the second half of Game 1. I think Denver shot 36% from 3 in Game 1. Terrible for pretty much the entire time in Game 2. But Michael Malone said he loves the three-point shots that Denver's getting.
People
He
love
said
Air
all
Harrison's
he cares
points.
about is that they're generating good looks. He said in Game 2 they were 2 of 16 on wide-open threes.
Wait, how many of 16?
2 of 16.
What is the math on that? That's not
It's
very
not good.
Is that above 40% or
I
below?
don't think so.
Okay.
My math's not good, but I don't think that's above
Yeah, I don't
40.
think so either.
Oh, the Broncos just selected Bo Nix, by the way. That was
Okay,
the
this is a
eruption.
Nugget show. Michael Malone on Denver's execution. He says, look, I think a big reason why we execute so well, why we make adjustments on the fly so well, is that our core has been together for a while. He said he thinks our guys have built up the confidence in one another, and we've also had a lot of continuity on the coaching staff as well. So those are the things that he chalks up to Denver's flawless execution in the clutch and how they've been able to adjust everything that they've had to so far this series. Michael Malone also talked about his experience as a coach. He says these days he pretty much just trusts the Nuggets and his players to make changes on their own first. You know, he's not somebody that has to get up in a huddle and get in people's faces. He says usually, you know, the players know what to do. That's the type of experience that they have, and I think that's kind of shown itself through 2 games in this series.
Okay. I like that.
I don't know if you guys saw, but there was some comments from Anthony Davis after the Lakers Game 2 loss. Might have been calling out Darvin Ham.
Well, how so?
He said, we have stretches where we don't know what we're doing on both ends of the floor.
Wow.
Darvin Ham responded to that.
Uh-huh.
I believe this was yesterday, and said, I would agree to disagree on that one.
So,
I would go with the guy that's on the floor.
well, either way, a little trouble in paradise over there in LA. This is the thing, man. Can you imagine being the team where the star players are calling out the coach mid-series? Like, I think, and actually you even missed my favorite part of that, is it was something like, I think that was probably some frustration talking, which I love, being like, you're mad. Take some time, breathe it through. This isn't the real you.
Yeah, the quote was, I mean, I just think sometimes the plays don't turn out the way you think they should, and the frustration sets in a little bit.
Yeah, frustration
That's from
sets
Darvin
in.
Ham.
I just think it's great that the team is, not all together. They're a little frustrated.
Yeah.
But that's why tonight is so great, fellas, because believe it or not, they could be more frustrated. They are not at maximum frustration just yet. But tonight is one of those ones where you can really, when your friend's so mad that they do not want another, like, the line's over, you need to give them space, but if you just get the one last joke in, it's going to be hilarious.
Are you talking to me? Do I know what that's like?
That's what tonight is. The Nuggets, the friend is the Lakers right now over there that are just like need some space. But tonight, they could do the funniest thing.
Yeah, the Lakers right now are teetering on the edge. Like, if they lose another one, it puts a lot of pressure on them to not get swept yet again. Also, you lose that advantage of, like right now, you could just go in and say Denver was supposed to win those 2 games. If you lose this one on the road, like if you're the Lakers or you lose at home, you're going at being able to get swept 2 years in a row. There is a lot of pressure on Darvin Ham. Also, those stars, and then maybe you have to answer the question do you break it up? So yeah, Denver has the chance, the opportunity to just do something wild, and it starts tonight.
All right, what else we got?
That's all I got. Regular starters for the Nuggets, of course. I believe for the Lakers as well.
Regular starters indeed. And by the way, did you see this? I don't remember who. I think it was Stat Squatch, the homie, the friend of the show, had it that the Nuggets starting lineup has the best win percentage of any team.
That sounds right.
Yeah,
100%.
It does sound right. All right, let's ask the question. Who's going to eat tonight, fellas? Presented by, of course, Circle K, Inner Circle Rewards. Dev, start us off.
The player that I think eats tonight is Michael Porter Jr. We got to see a game where pretty much, him just taking over when there was no one else getting their shot going or just being able to find anything. Also, it seems to be a lid on the rim for anybody but Michael Porter Jr. when it comes to shooting the ball from deep. So I think he goes into LA and he continues to shoot the piss out of the ball, shoot the hell out of the ball, grab every single rebound that comes his way, but just stay involved, stay in the zone. That big shot that he hit last game to pretty much win the game, that's where you get some confidence. That's where you get some momentum behind, and I think he just continues that. So I think this is another big game for him.
But he did do a podcast in between after last game. Did you see that?
Just breaking the game down.
Yeah, but he's also a little bit different than other people.
Just talking about adjustments.
Those rules do not
schemes.
apply to him. He's different than other players.
Did you listen to it?
No.
Oh.
Draymond Green did that 5 minutes after every game.
Draymond Green was in the losers lounge
how has
after every
that gone?
playoff game.
Well, he's won a title since then. Since he started doing that. Yeah.
He has won one since he started doing it?
Yeah, he was doing it. The new media started, and then they came together. They won their last chip.
Okay.
And then, it hasn't gone well since.
Yeah.
But,
all right. All right. Well, maybe that's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
Who's going to eat tonight?
Jamal Murray's going to eat tonight, man. This is
I love
the
that taste.
bright light merchant is in the brightest of all the lights.
They keep the lights dim, though. Remember?
That's true, but they're not literal bright lights that he's after. He's a figurative bright light merchant. This is a big night. Obviously, the all eyes are on the Denver Nuggets. They are in Los Angeles. He definitely wants to impress Jack Nicholson. This is just like a tailor-made Jamal Murray eating situation. This is a Murray mukbang. I'm calling it. This is the big 45-point game that I called for in the pre.
It's tonight. You're not only calling that it happens, you're doing the Babe Ruth.
Dude, I'm doing a heat check, man. Heat check over here.
Yeah, better.
I love it, man. I honestly, we'll get to it in a second, but Murray going off tonight does feel right.
It does feel right because he hasn't. Listen, he's played okay.
Yeah.
The first game he played decent.
Yeah.
Last game he didn't play well
No,
at
he
all
played horrible.
until it mattered.
Then he
and
played perfect.
as you even it out, great game. But all throughout, we just need Murray to come out evenly, calmly, just come out bubble Murray status and just murder these Lakers in front of their home fans.
It'd be great. Who's going to eat tonight?
KCP. KCP's going to eat tonight.
Ooh.
Coming off a bad offensive game. He was 0-4 from 3. But I rewatched some of that second half. He was so good defensively, guarding LeBron James, getting through screens, not giving up that switch. I mean, the defensive effort that he turned in the second half was monstrous in game 2. So he's going to give you the defense, and I bet he spends more time on LeBron even tonight as well. I think he hits some shots tonight. I think he gets the shot right from 3, and he'll hit at least 2 3-pointers.
Man, so Yoke's on the board?
We left him for you.
Holy smokes!
Then I guess I'm going to take Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson.
Oh, does that mean we collectively think Jokic will not eat?
We're not sure if he's going to eat
Jokic will
tonight.
not eat. 30 points, 15 rebounds.
Yeah, it's going to be an off night for
5 turnovers.
He'll snack.
I just been thinking about this. Look, you don't want to get too smug. It's still a series. Nobody's, home. All you do is protect home court. You haven't won on anything on the road. But I was thinking the funniest outcome would be a Reggie game tonight.
That would be a very funny outcome.
That would be
I
the
agree.
funniest thing.
I agree.
Would be for Reggie to have this game that was just like, are you kidding me? We got Reggie?
Do you really have confidence that we could have a Reggie Jackson game this series? Because my confidence has dwindled significantly from where it was at the start of the series.
Here's the thing. A Reggie game as in like a 25-piece, no. But a Reggie game can literally just be 2, 3 threes in a quarter in a stint, and that's it.
Yeah.
But it's enough that it's the knockout punch early where they're like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, allowed 2 shots is like a Reggie buffet.
So I'll just get a little wild here and say a Reggie game tonight, even though Yoke's on the board. I can't believe none of us took Yoke. Are we down on
We
Yoke?
don't
It's
have-
kind of
yeah.
cheating to take Jokic in this segment.
I do it every show.
It's so true.
You're a cheater.
Guys,
But I cheated on him tonight with Murray.
let's ask a little bit about room for improvement, because the other thing I keep thinking about is, had Denver lost that game, which they did not, but had they lost it, I do think we'd be talking about, have the Nuggets played well yet? And are we sure they can play well? Maybe this is who they are. They're just this caliber or whatever. But then when you do win them, and especially when you win them the way that the Nuggets did, like with just great defense, great offense, like focusing in, do you look at it and you say, you know what? There's actually more headroom for Denver. They can be significantly better. I'll start with you, Wind. In what area do you most feel the Nuggets could be better than what they've shown?
There's two areas that come to mind, but it's kind of the same thing. It's the 3-point shooting so far. I mean, the Nuggets are shooting 30% from 3 in this series. They were at 36% in game 1. They dipped below 30 in game 2. But the bigger point is Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray hasn't played well in this series so far, I don't think offensively. I think he had some good moments passing the ball in game 1. The assists were good. Setting his team up was good. He didn't turn the ball over. Game 2, the fourth quarter was obviously incredible. He hasn't had like a signature game in this series yet. I don't think he's played that well for long stretches offensively. If Jamal Murray just plays like he did, in the playoffs last year, the Nuggets have won both games by 20 points maybe. Jamal Murray playing up to his standards in the playoffs right now, I think is the biggest thing preventing Denver from coasting in these first 2 games.
100% Jamal is the biggest reason you should have hope that Denver's ceiling is a lot higher, and I think part of why you're picking him to have a Murray game is you end on that high note. It's almost like, it almost reminds you of Jamal in the 2019. Closes game 2 against the Spurs, and then he was great for the rest of the time. So it feels like it should be that.
That's exactly right.
Do you have a reason to believe the Nuggets can be better? Like, where do you think there's improvement?
For me, it's just consistency. They've had just really a lot of highs and lows. They've been obviously absolute nails coming down the stretch when it's the 2-man game. That is the hallmark of the Denver Nuggets. But there have been stretches where it seemed a little bit, where they've played a little bit low and a little bit below their capability, both defensively and offensively. So it's just, for me, it's like they just need to just generally get the playoff switch flipped for all Nuggets at all times. And it's just, I totally expect it to happen. Whether or not it's this game, I'm hoping it's just like they get into that mode. Like Jamal Murray, exactly like you said, it was once he had that quarter against the Spurs, that was the birth of Bubble Murray, essentially, of playoff Murray. And he's been great ever since, give or take some games. But they just need to be consistent.
What do you think, Dev?
Mine is getting off to a hot start, being able to start well.
That'd be nice.
Denver hasn't had a lead to begin, the first half this entire series, and they've had to fight back. And that gives a team hope that, the Lakers feel like all they have to do is tweak a few things. I just feel like it would be great for Denver to just put their foot on their neck and then just keep it there. I would love to see that. And I think that if you do those type of things, you're not having to fight back. You feel uncomfortable. You start to find that rhythm, and that's why it looks like they're not in their zone, is because they're playing they have to play a perfect second half. Why not just play a good game? The open start is what I would.
Do you think they can get to that tonight?
I do. Especially like I feel like coming back from 20-point deficit, there's still a lot that you're like, hey, we could have done better or we could have looked better. You don't look at it of, hey, we won that game anyway. You didn't play a great game, and you don't just so happen to come back and win the game. So yeah, if you focus and if you lock in on that, you don't have to worry about it the exact same way.
You might like this story. You were talking about press conferences on the Lakers side the other day. I heard D'Angelo, and it reminded me so much of Nuggets circa 2016, where he was asked about coming back to the crowd, and when you're confident about your crowd, like you saw Tyrese Halliburton asked about his home crowd. He's like, we had regular season crowds more intense than these, but he was throwing down the gauntlet. He was asked about, will you get a boost from your home crowd? And he goes, yeah, look, we're going to need our crowd to get behind us at home. Like, almost like telling them, hey, guys, show out for us, man. We need you there. And
he kind of said no in that answer.
You could have, yeah.
Pretty much no.
But it made me think, that's right. It's L.A. They do have celebrities and everything else there, but it's not always the greatest, crowd, home crowd. But you know what? You can take that crowd in particular right out of it.
Oh, my God.
One of my favorite things about Game 2, and Miroslav can attest, Nuggets fans never were out of it. That's why I was so excited, is Nuggets fans felt like, man, our team's better. They're going to come back. I don't care what the score is. They're coming back. I don't think the Lakers are going to feel that way tonight. Flea? You guys remember Flea? Red Hot Chili Peppers? He tweeted after the last Nuggets regular season win, it sucks. My Lakers are just not good enough to beat the Nuggets. Like, he tweeted that out. That is him saying what all of the fans in the stands feel. And if you can, to Dev's point, get a 10-point lead going tonight, that crowd's going to be like, we know how this goes.
To the Lakers' credit, they've played with great energy in the first quarters of these two games this series. Like, they have come out and played fast, played physical, played aggressive, and I think it's a big reason why they've gotten off to good starts. But the Nuggets, I think, can end this series in the first half tonight.
Really?
They can end this series for good in the first half. You come out and play the best half of basketball, it might be tough to top Game 2 second half. But if you play first half like you just played in the second half of Game 2, you're up double digits. You can pretty much end this series, I feel like, right then.
I completely agree. Like, if the Nuggets get a 20-point lead, that would be the end. Like, the Lakers would just exit the court. They wouldn't show up for the next game. It would just be the end.
Yeah.
My reason for optimism here, KCP and Jamal Murray in particular, they're both 4 of 14 from 3 in the playoffs so far. The Nuggets as a whole are shooting 26% on wide open threes. 26%. Now, some of this, you're getting hot shooting from Michael Porter. He's shooting over 50%. Jokic is over 40%. So it's not like everybody's shooting poorly. But collectively as a team, they're generating 21 open three-point attempts. That is good for 4th best in the NBA playoffs so far. Yet they're only making 26% of those. That's horrible. It does feel like the floodgates can burst open for this Nuggets team. And if they do, to your point, it snowballs on the Lakers. All right, what about concerns? Dev, I'll let you start on this one. Is there anything you've seen that you're like, yeah, I need to see that change for the Nuggets here?
I'm going right back to the well. It's those slow starts. That has to change because, against the Lakers right now, I feel like they have enough that they have been able to overcome and come back. Other teams are not allowing that. Yeah. As you get deeper in the playoffs, those other teams are going to be able to shut the door on you if they're not starting out with the same type of focus, the same type of motivation and just being locked in to win the game. So I really do wish that they would just start out hot. Go to their, get to their spots, play the right way in the Nuggets brand of basketball instead of just kind of freestyle until it's like, oh, okay, now we have to turn it on. I want them to turn it on from the beginning.
Yeah. And for me, it's Jamal Murray, right? He just has to play better. Just has to. And I have every confidence that he will, as I preluded earlier during the who's going to eat section, but it just, that's without, it's the greatest strength and the greatest weakness is that those two players, Jokic and Murray, are the heart of this team. And if one of those two players is not playing well, the Nuggets struggle. If both of those players are just playing well, they roll. That's it.
Yeah. The biggest concern for me is probably still Aaron Gordon and him getting in foul trouble.
Oh, yeah, good call.
We didn't have to deal with that in Game 2.
Yeah.
Denver was able to stay away from that. Obviously, that was the biggest storyline of Game 1. That worked against the Nuggets. They had to overcome that, play DeAndre Jordan. But I feel like if the Nuggets keep Aaron Gordon out of foul trouble, they win every game. Like, he's just that important, and Denver is that good with him on the floor. The starting lineup and the second unit is like in the positives with Aaron Gordon. And that's also been a sneaky storyline this series. I think Nuggets are a -3 only with Jokic off the court through 2 games. The bench is holding up, and I mean, Aaron Gordon's a big reason for that.
For me, the matchups, and like these are things that happen game by game. Denver adjusting to put Aaron Gordon on Anthony Davis and then KCP on LeBron so that Jokic could be on Rui Hachimura. That was a great adjustment for a game, but it is a little bit like the Rui adjustment, where now the Lakers have 2-3 days to go and say, all right, how are we going to attack this? And the question is it a Rui adjustment in that it's not really going to work, it just worked for a short stint when you were caught off guard? Or is that something where it's like Denver can play extended minutes there? I'm not sure you need to. I imagine Jokic is going to guard Anthony Davis again for most of this game.
I would think so.
But Anthony Davis did get comfortable. Like, I think he made shots, but I think he also learned that Jokic will concede, and Jokic has always conceded those mid-range shots. And Anthony Davis, if it's in your head, okay, I'm just going to get to these spots and shoot this shot, and that guy was not even going to try to block it, it becomes a lot easier. So that would be one concern for me is, one, can Jokic have more of an impact / does Anthony Davis just not shoot that well again? Good chance that one of those two things is true. And if not, does the adjustment of moving Aaron Gordon over and guarding him, does it work as perfectly as it worked in the last one, where he didn't even touch the ball basically for the rest of the game?
Right. I'm with you. I think to start this game, the Nuggets probably go back to Jokic on Davis, Aaron Gordon on LeBron, and you make Anthony Davis hit those same shots that he hit in game 2.
Right.
I think it was, 11 to 12 from the floor in the first half. He hit everything. But, I mean, those are shots that the Nuggets defense is kind of designed to give up, you know?
Right.
So, you check the ball, you say, all right, good job, AD. Go and hit those same 11 shots again and see what happens, and then adjust from there. What I'm interested in tonight is the ball's kind of in Darvin Ham's court now. Michael Malone makes the big adjustment in the second half of game 2. Aaron Gordon on AD. They move Jokic onto Hachimura, KCP on LeBron. What does Darvin Ham do now to counter that? If Denver has to go back to that again, and can he have a counter for that?
Yeah, we talked about the Rui Hachimura adjustment, and that was everybody talked about it. Even though they lost, they just was like they found something. We haven't had that same conversation flipped. They put KCP on LeBron James, and it really did alter the game.
You're so right. Malone's probably sitting at home nobody's talking about it.
Nobody's talking. They put, Anthony Davis, he put AG on him.
So true,
it really did lock him down. And
it actually won.
It actually worked, and it was a win.
Should we coin this?
Change.
No, you know what we call it? We should call it the Rui adjustment. You put Jokic on Rui.
The Rui adjustment part 2.
It was the Rui adjustment part 2.
And made a 20-point
The
comeback.
Nuggets did their own Rui
You're
adjustment.
right. Malone was definitely at home flipping channels and be like, nobody got
What are they going to talk about it? What are they going to talk
adjustment we want?
It should be called
hilarious.
the successful Rui adjustment.
Successful Rui adjustment.
Because
The actual Rui adjustment.
How did this go no one looked at that. No one talked about that. And it was the exact same thing. They
so
did
right,
make changes. And it happened in the second half, and it worked. So yeah, I am shocked about that. But again, like Harrison said, the ball is in Darvin's court. He really does have to. He has to figure out if he's anticipating that, what happens if they spent time on something that we'll probably not see again. But it's fun for them to have to think about.
Yeah.
And it worked for that time.
Hilarious.
Did you have a joke for it?
Well, I just love that Rui was guarding Jokic down the stretch and he just murdered him.
Oh, of course.
Why was it that way? Why was Anthony Davis not guarding Jokic down the stretch? It was so bizarre. There were so many questions.
Anthony Davis got him too, and he gets him on the end one. Jokic's cooking all comers.
I know, you're right. He did
a lot
go
of
through
it
his
is
chest.
cross-matching.
But there was just a lot of times where Jokic was on Rui, and we were like, okay.
That's because if Jokic's guarding Rui on one end and they miss, you go the other end. Now he's just matched up, which is part of what happened.
It's amazing. It's just amazing to behold.
All right, let's open up the Bet365 Never Ordinary Sportsbook app and let Dev have the mic.
Oh, it's time for me to cook? Let me get in my bag. Denver comes in this game as 1-point underdogs.
No! Hell yeah! Nobody believes in us?
Oh my God.
What's it feel like to be doubted,
It feels
D-Line?
good to be us. What the fuck? They're underdog. They was just -7. You could just like go across the road, and that's just gonna change what.
We taking
They
it?
were just down by 20 and came back and won. I mean, this is if they have a good first half, they're gonna blow them out. So we're taking the one. We're taking Nuggets money line. That's easy. I love it, and it's something we're gonna root for. We want it to happen. It's gonna happen. Love it. I'm gonna go with under 217. We just got a monster game from Jokic, LeBron, AD, Austin Reeves, D'Lo. We barely cracked 200. There's no way that you get to 217.5 if those guys are not going to get theirs going. So I'm going to go under 217.5 as well. For the Lakers, LeBron had his team like with a very big lead in that first half. And you know what he was doing? He was dishing. He was feeding Anthony Davis. And then he wanted to be a hero. That's when they lost the game. Is he was like, hey, they put KCP on me. I'm just going to go at him the entire time. I think he's going to watch film. He's like one of the, cerebral guys in this game. He's going to say, hey, let me get back to dishing. That's when they were dangerous, is when he was had the ball in his hands. I'm going to go over.
You want to know something funny, man? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
8.5 assists.
Here's what's funny. Darvin Ham became the story. The officials became the story. All of that. You know what no one talked about? LeBron James missed a wide-open 3 to win the game.
Wide open.
Wide open.
Wide open.
Also,
Wide open.
How did Anthony Davis not finish with 50? It was the hottest game he has probably ever had, and they stopped giving him the ball.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
We're going to go over 25 points for AD, though. I just think he's going to get it. One bet we can root for, I believe is going to happen. D'Lo, under 17.5 points.
Okay.
They ruined the one D'Lo game that he had. He went nuclear. They wasted it. He's
I'll
not
take
getting
an
that
under.
again.
I'll go
We're
on the
going
other side of
under
things.
217.5. On the Nuggets side of things, we're going to go over 2.5 3-pointers from Michael Porter Jr. This line is too low. He had 6 last game. He's going on the road. I think he's going to continue to just shoot the ball. 2.5 is too low. I mean, we can even bump this up, but I want y'all to get paid easily. 2.5 is going to hit. Let's get it in there. Let's stick with Michael Porter Jr. here. He's been a force on the boards, and that's where he's been staying involved in the game. I think that's why he's able to knock down so many shots. He's like, hey, I'm going to stay involved and grab the board. Let's work hard. He's been working extremely hard in this playoff run. Got to tip your hat to him. His line is 7.5 rebounds. He's going to get over that. It's also at plus money. So let's get the over. Let's get a AG bet in with rebounds and assists. This is a fun one.
Okay.
I mean, he's defending LeBron. That takes a lot of energy on one side of the floor, but it also allows him to be a playmaker on the other side. And then also, you have to be locked in. You have to grab boards. So 10.5 is just way too low. He also has shooters all around him. He has the most efficient guy in the league, and Nikola Jokic down there. You just dump it off, let's get some points. So rebounds and assists. The one bet that we keep going back to that has not hit, it's time. It's due. Jamal Murray over 23.5 points.
Let's go.
Come on, baby. I'm all in on this one.
We know the type of scorer that he is, and he's just been starting super slow that it's been, tough to overcome. And he keeps getting really close despite these bad starts. I think he's going to be locked in this one.
How many
Eric,
points do you think he gets? Can we is there an alternate that you kind of like?
Eric, how much does he get?
45.
Are you serious?
Well, you could win a lot of money
Let's
if
get
that
30
happens.
plus.
If you said 40, if you really think Eric's right about 45, you could get plus 1,500 odds on that.
I'm taking it.
I might sprinkle a little something on there, fellas.
Let's get 30 plus.
Yeah, let's get 30
I feel
plus.
good about 30.
Let's do 30
30?
plus.
I thought we were going to get
I mean,
wild.
I'm doing it, but
All right,
I'm not
fine.
advising others to.
All right, let's stick here with the
Sprinkle
defensive
up
bet.
$2.
Same guy. This is at minus 105, so they believe that this is going to happen. We're going to go Jamal Murray with a block. One
Really?
block. Yep.
Whoa.
He got 2 of them last game. They keep trying them. Also, he gets that. He gets switched onto everybody. They try to attack Jamal for some reason. I think he gets a block with that. That's something that we can root for. That's fun. For the lock,
Oh, let's go.
one that's going to get hit. Can I get a hell yeah if you think he's going to hit?
Hell yeah!
Hell
I
yeah.
got to hear it first.
I mean, yeah, that's a little blind faith you're asking.
That's what you need. You need blind faith because you know it's going to hit. Who's the one guy we haven't talked about?
Jokic.
Jokic. It's going to happen. We've been foolish for not going him every single time. Some would say I was getting cute.
You were getting cute. You are a little
anybody
cute.
said that?
You're a
We're
cutie
not
pie over
doing
here.
that right now. We're going to
Okay.
go over 40.5 points plus rebounds.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Can I get a
Scores when he
hell
wants
yeah?
to. He's going to board when he wants to. I think that he's going to have another monster game,
Hell
of
yeah.
course. 40.5 points plus rebounds. Let's lock it in.
I'm
Let's
locking
lock
it
it
in,
in.
baby. I'm locking it in. Any other bets? We do have, by the way, a DNVR special bet up there. It's Jokic
Yeah.
triple-double and Nuggets win. I was trying to find it. I don't know if it got taken, put it on another page or so. I was trying to find it, and I couldn't find it. Oh, there it is. Nuggets win, Jokic triple-double, and you get that boosted all the way up to... Oh, gosh dang it, I just had it. I don't know. It's on the front page, though. How could I not find this?
It's boosted.
It's boosted is all you gotta know. That's all you gotta know. How is that possible?
It's Jokic triple-double, Nuggets win, and it's boosted to...
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, it doesn't say.
Yeah.
It just boosted.
It's just
You probably have
boosted
to
there
go-
if you want to take it.
550.
Plus
Plus
550. There you go.
That's
Wow.
We got to watch along. Miroslav's in the house. One super chat. Justin says, Game 3, post-game. Jamal made a shot. And another one. And another one. And another one.
Oh, by the way,
Anthony
we never
Devil.
even we've never.
Oh, yeah.
We have a Jamal made a shot
Do you
shirt.
have it?
Yeah. If just go to DNVRlocker.com. We put out a Jamal made a shot shirt. We couldn't not do it. The internet bullied me into doing it. I did it. I felt it.
Yeah, I saw
there
you
it
get
is.
bullied into that real
Jamal
quick.
made a shot.
It's a beautiful one, man. Look at that thing.
Yeah, this one I just wanted. This looks like a movie poster from the '90s.
Yeah.
The funniest part about that Anthony Davis quote is the guy who asked that question to him, Pat Graham, Associated Press. Literally the nicest dude ever. Pat Graham is the nicest guy ever. And he got that Jamal made a shot answer out of Anthony Davis.
That's exactly
Beautiful.
what happened. Jamal made a shot.
It's great.
Nuggets Lakers Game 3 is on deck. Watch along is on deck. Come join. The watch along is so fun, you guys, especially when they win. Come join. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll see you over there.
Let's go.
We all silly like the mayor.